Hello there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here with a look back at a classic rock album. That really essentially means an album that's a two and a half, a one, or maybe a masterpiece album in my collection is greater than 15 years of age. So this album easily qualifies for that. It's almost, well, it is. This is celebrating its 50th year this year from this band, Kiss. So this is Kiss's third studio album, Dress to Kill. Came out after Hotter Than Hell. It's kind of the first three albums. You get what you get here. After that, you don't know what you get. But on these first three, you kind of know what you're getting. So this album was released March the 19th, 1975. Recorded at the Electric Ladyland Studios in New York City. About 30 minutes long, so pretty short for an album. I never realized how short it was till I started doing it. And wow, that's quick. On the Casablanca record label and produced by Neil Bogart and Kiss. So I'm just going to scan down here, give you a little bit more information. So, of course, the members of the band, you've got Paul Stanley here doing vocals, rhythm guitar, and does the intro guitar solo on Come On and Love Me. You've got Gene Simmons here, vocals, bass, does do the rhythm guitar on Ladies in Waiting. Peter Criss on the drums and vocals. And Ace Frehley, lead guitar, acoustic guitar, backing vocals, all guitars and bass on Getaway and Rock Bottom. So that's the details, and take them or leave them however you want based on what you know about Kiss. It could be real. Then again, it might not be. It's hard to say. My guess is the first three albums are pretty straightforward. I don't think they didn't mess around with them too much back then because they simply didn't have the money to hire people to do stuff. So at this point in time, album is good. It's not a bad album, really. I don't think any of the original Kiss albums are really that bad. This one may be the weakest of them. Album cover aside, not great, and the back is, of course, almost kind of laughable in some ways. But anyways, you've got 10 tracks here. Some of them quite good. The album's a little thin, though. When I say thin, it means it doesn't have a lot of background or beefiness to it or any kind of background music to it all. It's just pretty straightforward. Sounds like they put it together in a kind of mediocre modem room or something like that. Nothing spectacular. But the songs are memorable. Most of these songs, well, the good ones really ended up on Kiss Alive and were probably better versions on Kiss Alive. At least Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me, and Rock and Roll All Night all qualify for that. I never really liked the track She, so I can't really say anything great about it. But the other songs that didn't make it, like Room Service, Two Timer, Ladies in Waiting, Getaway, Anything for My Baby, and Love Her All I Can. There's no bad tracks here. I like them all. They're just straightforward rock and roll. This is not really a particularly hard album either. And that's part of the reason why I think it feels kind of thin, because it's not beefy like Kiss Alive. Even Hotter Than Hell, which was slower, melodic, and murky, the songs were beefier than what's on here. So, Room Service, this song, pretty straightforward Kiss song. Paul Stanley doing the vocals here. Basically a sex song, which is what most of their stuff is. It's got a decent rhythm section and guitar sound to it. And it's a bit more on the up-tempo side. I like that track. Two Timer, more of a grindy song, heavier, maybe a little bit more beefy than most of the tracks on here. Gene Simmons doing the vocals here. Not much to the lyrics though, but none of the songs really are. But it's got a nice kind of hooky kind of beat sound to it. I like it. Ladies in Waiting, I believe this is another Gene Simmons vocal song. Short, to the point. Nothing really outstanding or special about this track. It's got a nice catchy kind of hooky kind of rhythm section to it as well. Lyrics are not particularly that great, but they're not bad either by Kiss standards. Getaway, this is Peter Criss vocaled. I do like this song. This is probably one of the forgotten Peter Criss vocaled songs, but it's quite good. It's a little bit beefier than some of the other tracks as well. Yeah, catchy. Most of the tracks on here have a kind of catchy, hooky kind of sound to them. Rock Bottom is probably my favorite track on the album. It's also my favorite track on Kiss Alive. The little acoustic guitar part at the beginning is nice. Then you get that sledgehammer stuff, but it's not as strong on this album as it is on Kiss Alive. But it's not bad either. It's catchy. I love the lyrics on this song. Really, I don't even know what they mean. I'm not even paying attention to them, but I like to sing them. Come On and Love Me, another good one. To me, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me are the combo here that I like the best. Come On and Love Me, Paul Stanley. Well, Paul Stanley vocals on both, but Paul Stanley pretty strong on this particular song. It's even better on Kiss Alive. Really forward, beefy, lots of energy. On this album, maybe a little thinner, but not bad at all. Anything for my baby, I would steal. It's another Paul Stanley song, but coming on the heels of Rock Bottom and Come On and Love Me, it's not nearly as good. It's kind of the weak sister of the three in a row like that. I never really caught on to this. I don't hate it or anything like that. It's got the same flavor as the other two. I just think this one's the weakest of the three. This is She Walks by Moonlight. This is a Gene Simmons song. Never really liked the song. It's kind of slower and more melodic than the other songs. It never was very catchy to me. I never really caught on to it much. Love Her All I Can, another Stanley vocal song. I think this one is, in the same kind of tone as Anything for My Baby. They're both kind of similar. There's nothing really much different in them. I don't dislike either of these two songs. I think they're pretty good, but they just don't measure up to Rock Bottom and Come On and Love Me. And then the final track on the album, of course, is Rock and Roll All Night, probably their signature song. Most people know this. It's probably their biggest hit of all time. I don't know if it was their biggest hit as far as sales went. I think probably Beth and I Was Made for Loving You are probably their two biggest. But then some of that stuff that came out in the late 80s may have topped even that. I don't know. I never followed it, so I can't really say much about it. But this song, when most people think of Kiss, this is the song that comes to mind. It's their signature track. Kind of weak here, though, on Dressed to Kill. And I don't think it's weak in the sense that the whole album is weaker. I just think that compared to Kiss Alive, it doesn't have that moxie, that bite, or that beefiness to it that Kiss Alive does. But still, for a studio album in that time period, it's not a bad album, and this song is not bad either. I don't care to hear it much anymore because I've heard it way too many times, but overall, pretty solid. So if you're a younger person starting to look back on the Kiss discography, this one's a little bit thinner, but does have some really good tracks on it. Well worth listening to if you want to get into Kiss. There's not, this isn't overwhelming Kiss. This is almost borderline poppy, but with a bit of a hard rock feel to it. So that's my story of Kiss Dressed to Kill today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to comment about any of the things I've said about any of the songs, you can do that, or talk about Kiss or about this album or anything related to it, you can. Or if you want to just rip me one for it, it's okay too. I don't mind. Anyways, I hope you have a good day and a good evening, and goodbye here from Prog Monster.